no. I think she's gotten drastically overrated by the especially in an era where there was at times 10 teams in the league. So like and basically no fans. And it's gonna end with 20. So in the league for more than she's played 2.5 seasons. She's played 70 games. So yeah, I think in general, but like she averaged very difficult. I find it very difficult to put her ahead of Sky. Or I think Clark at 5. You probably put Clark at 5, or even Diggins at 5. I think it's really hard. 2014, spent 2 years, 5 years in LA, and like one of her rings in LA, she was like back up. Because my guess is that numero uno is it's Super.
USA Today's top 10 all-time WNBA point guards list kicks off with Dawn Staley at number 10, and this reaction doesn't hold back, calling her drastically overrated for this specific list, separating her legendary coaching career from her actual on-court resume. That's a spicy way to open a ranking debate, and it sets the tone for exactly how blunt the rest of this breakdown is going to be.
No matter what position that is. Lindsay Whalen, yeah, I agree. She was the floor general of those Lynx teams. She won 4 titles. And like the fact is they could have won more. They genuinely could have won more. They won was it 4 in 7 years, 6 finals appearances.
Skylar Diggins at 9 gets a much warmer reception. One of the greatest players ever that did not win a ring, and there's real context here worth sitting with. She played in eras with as few as 10 teams in the league, when missing a title meant something different than it does heading into a 20-team league. That's a smart, historically grounded point about how championship scarcity has shifted over time.
She was the floor general of those Lynx teams. She won 4 titles. And the fact is they could have won more. They genuinely could have won more. They won was it 4 in 7 years, 6 finals appearances. And obviously, I think she's a coach now for them. I'm surprised no team has hired her because there is a point guard bias with hiring former players. There's a big gap here. There is a big.
The characterization here that Diggins is on paid leave and has flat out refused to play is worth double checking. Real reporting this season actually points to a legitimate right knee injury from an October surgery, tangled up with real frustration over a benching decision and unclear communication from the coaching staff. It's a genuinely messy situation, but refuse to play oversimplifies what's actually a mix of injury recovery and real role conflict.
From most league history. Yeah. I think her 4 is fine. Sloot at 3, didn't win enough rings to get top 2. Did not win enough rings. That being said, Courtney Vandersloot, 12.5 assists per game in the playoff run, or say in the WNBA finals when they won in 2021. Was a backup point guard when they won in 2024, but was still a pretty good backup point guard. She was starting until in game 2 of the finals when Febrish came in for her.
Becky Hammon at 8 gets an interesting justification. It's a weak position in general for the 1BA, which is a real, fair point about point guard depth historically in this league. Even for someone who, as noted here, never played for Team USA and built her international career with Russia instead.
She's the only person to average double-digit assists for a season. Like, it was 9.9 something. It was 9.94, and it's just rounded up to 10, I guess. I guess they want to round it up. And also, there were 12 games that season. I don't think it counts. Caitlin Clark averaged 12 assists a game over a 12-game sample size. But she did have a season averaging 9.2, which for me is the real most assists ever. Most assists per game ever in a real season, not a 12-game bubble. But yes, in a real season.
And here's where this reaction gets genuinely interesting. I'm actually okay with Caitlin Clark at 7, acknowledging she's only played 2.5 seasons and 70 games, which is real verifiable context that makes a top 10 all-time placement this early in a career notably aggressive by any normal standard.
even off an ACL, she's still pretty good. So 3, fine. Chelsea Gray 2, yeah, she's 4 titles. Like, she doesn't play point guard. She doesn't really play point guard anymore. She can't really move anymore. That being said, like, I don't mind the nickname. I don't mind a lot of the stuff. I don't mind. I don't.
But then the take gets even bolder. If we're talking regular season peak for peak, I think peak Caitlin Clark's number 1. While acknowledging Chelsea Gray's playoff dominance and championship pedigree matters for the overall conversation. That's a genuinely nuanced distinction between peak performance and career completeness that a lot of ranking debates skip right past.
Those like flaw passers. She was somebody that was like she was somebody that like her flair was just kind of unbelievable. Like if you look at her highlight tapes, they're crazy. But like she averaged 6.1 points per game for her career.
Teresa Weatherspoon at 6 gets real pushback. I really don't know. She belongs ahead of Clark, especially since she never won a title, and, in this reaction's view, should probably rank behind Candace Parker, even across a smaller sample of relevant seasons. That's a fair, stats-grounded disagreement with the original list.
Backup point guard when they won in 2024, but was still a pretty good backup point guard. She was starting until in game 2 of the finals when Febrish came in for her. Yeah, she didn't. That was. Why are they rounding it up? She's the only person to average double-digit assists for a season. Like, it was 9.9 something. It was 9.94, and it's just rounded up to a 10, I guess. I guess they want to round it up. And also, there were 12 games that season. I don't think it counts. Okay.
Ticha Penicheiro at 5 draws the sharpest criticism in the whole video. Sure, she was one of the best passers ever, with legendarily flashy highlight tape, but a career 6.1 points per game average makes it very difficult to justify ranking her above Skylar Diggins. That's a completely fair statistical challenge to the original ranking.
Obviously, I think she's a coach now for them. I'm surprised no team has hired her because there is a point guard bias with hiring former players. There's a big gap here. There is a big gap here. Between top 4 and the rest. I think Lindsay Whalen at 4 is fine. She's like our quarterback. Sylvia Fowles said in 2018 when Whalen.
And this is where the reaction lays out its own real counter ranking, predicting Vandersloot, Whalen, and Gray as a clear top 4, with a massive gap between them and everyone else, including Clark and Diggins at 5 or 6. That's a bold, specific prediction worth testing against however the rest of this list actually plays out.
Okay. I don't know. Top 10 all time. Top 10 all time. Like, I don't know. I don't think so. I think she's gotten drastically overrated by the fact that, like, her great coaching career, but not.
The Vandersloot assist record breakdown here is legitimately sharp. Her famous double-digit assist season was actually 9.94, rounded up to the reported 10, and this reaction argues the real single-season assist record should go to her 9.2 mark from a full season, rather than a shortened 12-game bubble sample where Clark once averaged 12. That's real nuance about what record actually means depending on sample size.
And stats-wise, you gotta put her, and her longevity, you gotta put her there. Becky Hammon at 8. Okay. Like, she's somebody who, again, never played for USA, played for Russia. Like, I don't know, 8, yeah, I'll give you that. It's a weak position in general for the WNBA, so 8, I'm fine with that. I'm okay.
Chelsea Gray at 2 draws a genuinely fair, balanced take. 4 championships, one of the best shot makers the position has ever seen, but also an honest acknowledgement that she barely plays true point guard anymore and has lost a step athletically. Crediting her peak while being honest about her current role is exactly the kind of nuance good rankings debates need.
Shepard is their point guard. She's not a facilitator. Like, she's not someone. She is a damn good two guard. But like if she ever ends up getting in that point guard category, my guess is that Miles and Caitlin within 5 years are going to be, worst case scenario, top four is set and Miles and Caitlin are 5 and 6.
And it closes with Sue Bird at number 1, the all-time assists leader, 13 All-Star selections, 9 All-Star starts, before pivoting into real speculation about where Paige Buchers ends up long-term, given she's currently playing off-ball next to Jessica Shepard. That's a legitimately interesting forward-looking question about how today's guards will eventually get ranked once their careers are further along.
I think peak. She's gonna be one of those ones where it's like peak for peak number one, no question about it. When her career is done, I think she already might be peak for peak. Teresa Weatherspoon at 6. Really?